I think that my colleagues have done an amazing job of reaching students, and we're going to continue to evolve and get better because that's what we do, because we love our students.
They love their students, no doubt about it. But school has not been the same for teachers or students since March. Of course, many in and out of virtual learning, distance learning, if you will. And many Tulsa Public Schools spent just 2 weeks in the classroom itself. In tonight's Project Safe Schools, our Katie Kelleher shares the difficulties and the triumphs that teachers are facing every day.
Classes over Zoom, technology issues, disconnect from students. Teaching and learning away from the classroom is not ideal for students or teachers, but Ariana Place says they're doing their best.
Just waiting for the students to arrive. Oh, there's a ding. That's very exciting.
School begins at 8 a.m. for the 3rd and 4th grade Emerson Montessori teacher.
Let's make sure we're all sitting down, paying attention, ready to go.
Her day starts with as many students as she can get on Zoom. They start with the whole class, then break into smaller groups.
Just finished my last small group lesson, the 4th one, and I already had my whole group lesson in the morning at 8, and it is 11:11. I am exhausted.
Instead of a whiteboard, she's using a camera and a rug, creating materials to teach students at home.
This is a little glimpse into what my students don't see behind the scenes, but I have my trusty document camera here.
While Mrs. Place has a document camera, she says not all teachers do.
I think that we are doing the best we can with what we have. I think our district is giving us everything it possibly can, and we need more.
Mrs. Place says one of her biggest challenges with students at home, making sure they're in class and learning.
Like when I don't see them on Zoom for a while, or I don't see any evidence of work, that is definitely the most difficult part for me.
While her days in the classroom are long, they don't end there. When a student gets disconnected or needs something, she's there to help.
I go to students' houses with my mask on, and they wear their masks, and we meet outside to talk about work and to give them lessons, things that they aren't understanding.
And in return, she's learning how difficult life is for some of her students outside the classroom.
This student is at one of the shelters, so I went to visit her family and her there. And when I was there, I just realized there were many families at the shelter and trying to do distance learning.
Lower elementary students at Tulsa Public Schools had less than 2.5 weeks of in-person learning in November, the only in-person learning they've had since March.
The learning that happened in person was pretty incredible. Like the amount of engagement was just really cool to see.
But at the same time, Mrs. Place says she began having nightmares, her anxiety through the roof, worried about being exposed to COVID and bringing it home to her own family.
There are so many students who really, really need to be in the classroom. And I also don't want to die.
No matter how they're learning, she says she and her fellow teachers will always be there, reaching out to the next generation. Right now, all TPS students are scheduled to return to the classroom after winter break on January 4th. Katie Kelleher, 2 Works for You.